Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time, and now the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of multiple projects related to the health sector worth around 12,850 crore rupees in New Delhi on the occasion of Dhanvantari Jayanti and 9th Ayurveda Day. In the ongoing counter-offensive Operation Asan, the Indian Army's White Knight Corps successfully eliminated 3 terrorists during an intense firefight in the Akhnoor region of Jammu and Kashmir. Pankaj Burman, who was arrested in Goa for his alleged involvement in a multi-crore online trading scam in Assam, will be brought to Guwahati after completing legal formalities, a top police officer said. Trade with India will not be affected in the long term due to unrest, despite the decline in trade between the two neighbors, Bangladesh's top business body chief said late on Monday. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of multiple projects related to the health sector worth around 12,850 crore rupees in New Delhi on the occasion of Dhanvantari Jayanti and 9th Ayurveda Day. Modi also launched an expansion of health coverage to all senior citizens aged 70 years and above as a major addition to the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which will help provide health coverage to all senior citizens regardless of their income. During the inaugural session, Modi recalled the time when people's houses, lands, jewelry was sold for treatment, and for some serious disease, the soul of the poor would tremble on hearing the cost of treatment. The helplessness of not being able to get treatment due to lack of money would shatter the poor, Modi said, and added that he could not see poor brothers and sisters in this helplessness, and that was why the Ayushman Bharat scheme was born. According to the scheme, the government would bear the cost of treatment of the poor up to Rs 5 lakh. And according to PM Modi, around 4 crore poor people in the country have benefited from the Ayushman Bharat scheme.
एक समय था जब इलाज में लोगों को घर, जमीनें, गहने सब बिक जाते थे। गंभीर बीमारी के इलाज का खर्च सुनकर ही गरीब की आत्मा कांप जाती थी। बुजुर्ग मां सोचती थी कि अपना इलाज कराऊं या नाती पोते की पढ़ाई। बुजुर्ग पिता सोचता था अपना इलाज कराऊं या घर के खर्च देखूं। इसलिए गरीब परिवार के बड़े बुजुर्गों को बस एक ही रास्ता दिखाई देता था, चुपचाप तकलीफ सहो, दर्द बर्दाश्त करो, चुपचाप मृत्यु का इंतजार करो। पैसे की कमी की वजह से इलाज ना करा पाने की वो बेबसी, वो बेचारगी गरीब को तोड़कर रख देती थी। मैं अपने गरीब भाई बहनों को इस बेबसी में नहीं देख सकता था, इसलिए ही उस संवेदना में से, उस दर्द में से, उस पीड़ा में से मेरे देशवासियों के प्रति पूर्ण समर्पण भाव में से आयुष्मान भारत योजना ने जन्म लिया है। सरकार ने तय किया कि गरीब के अस्पताल में भर्ती होने का खर्च 5 लाख रुपए तक के इलाज का खर्च सरकार उठाएगी। आज मुझे संतोष है कि देश में लगभग 4 करोड़ गरीबों ने आयुष्मान योजना का लाभ उठाया है।
Meanwhile, Modi on Tuesday further apologized to all the elderly people above 70 years of age in Delhi and West Bengal due to the state government's decision not to participate in the Ayushman Bharat Yojana and said that the walls of the political interests have hindered its implementation in their states. Delhi and West Bengal are among the states where the centre's Ayushman Bharat Yojana is not implemented. He further said that the world is seeing India as a big center of medical and wellness tourism.
मैं दिल्ली के 70 साल के ऊपर के जितने बुजुर्ग हैं और पश्चिम बंगाल के 70 साल के ऊपर के जितने बुजुर्ग हैं उनसे क्षमा मांगता हूं कि मैं आपकी सेवा नहीं कर पाऊंगा। मैं उनसे क्षमा मांगता हूं कि मुझे पता तो चलेगा आपको कष्ट है, मुझे जानकारी तो मिलेगी, लेकिन मैं आपको सहाय नहीं कर पाऊंगा। और कारण दिल्ली में जो सरकार है और पश्चिम बंगाल में जो सरकार है वो इस आयुष्मान योजना से जुड़ नहीं रही है। अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थ के लिए अपने ही राज्य के बीमार लोगों के साथ जुल्म करने की वृत्ति, ये प्रवृत्ति मानवता की दृष्टि से किसी भी तराजू पर खरी नहीं उतरती। और इसलिए मैं पश्चिम बंगाल के बुजुर्गों की माफी मांगता हूं, मैं दिल्ली के बुजुर्गों की माफी मांगता हूं। देशवासियों की तो सेवा कर पा रहा हूं, लेकिन राजनीतिक स्वार्थ की वृत्ति की दीवारें मुझे दिल्ली के बुजुर्गों की सेवा करने से रोक रही है, पश्चिम बंगाल के बुजुर्गों की सेवा करने से रोक रही है।
In the ongoing counter-offensive Operation Asan, the Indian Army's White Knight Corps successfully eliminated 3 terrorists during an intense firefight in the Akhnu region of Jammu and Kashmir. The White Knight Corps, in their official statement, said after round-the-clock surveillance throughout the night, an intense firefight unfolded this morning, resulting in a significant victory for our forces. Relentless operations and tactical excellence have led to the elimination of 3 terrorists, they added. Additionally, the operation resulted in the recovery of warlike stores, which is crucial for maintaining security in the region, according to Army officials. Unfortunately, earlier in the day, the Indian Army's Malinois dog, Phantom, lost its life in the operation after terrorists fired upon an army convoy near Asan in the Sundarbani sector. The canine, a Belgian Malinois, was born on May 25, 2020 and was posted in the force on August 12, 2022. Paying tribute to Phantom, the army said as the troops were closing in on the trapped terrorist, Phantom drew enemy fire, sustaining fatal injuries.
देखिए, डिटेल्स यही हैं कि अभी तक तीनों टेररिस्ट जो है न्यूट्रलाइज हो चुके हैं। सर्च अभी चल रहा है। जैसे ही सर्च पूरा होता है तो फिर उसकी ब्रीफिंग आपको प्रॉपर अलग से दी जाएगी।
सर, क्या हुआ था, मतलब स्टार्टिंग में कैसे?
देखिए, जैसे हम लोगों को इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला है कि टेररिस्ट जो हैं फलां लोकेशन पे हैं, इमीडिएटली, क्योंकि उसके बाद उन लोगों ने आर्मी की एम्बुलेंस के ऊपर भी फायर किया, तो ये जाहिर हो गया कि यहाँ पे टेररिस्ट हैं। तो सारा इलाका जो है एकदम से गार्डन किया गया। आर्मी, पुलिस, एसओजी, पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस सब ने आके यहाँ पे इस ऑपरेशन में पार्ट लिया। तो अभी फिलहाल ये है कि तीनों न्यूट्रलाइज हो चुके हैं। तो इसके बाद जब सर्च होगा, क्या क्या मिलता है, क्या सामान मिलता है, वो आपको अलग से।
जी, 3 आतंकी
अभी तक 3।
On October 28th, an Indian Army vehicle was attacked in the Batal area of Aknoor. The Jammu and Kashmir police indicated that 3 terrorists were spotted near Asan Mandir in Batal, where they fired at an army ambulance. The area was cordoned off and a joint search operation was launched by the Jammu and Kashmir police and security forces. With this, we'll take a short break, so stay tuned for more news.
Do you know how HIV is transmitted? There are 4 ways. 1. Unprotected sex with an infected person. 2. Sharing of infected needles and syringes. 3. Infected mother to child. And 4. Infected blood transfusion.
Welcome back. Major General Samir Srivastava's GOC 10 Infantry Division said on Tuesday that security forces used an unmanned vehicle and artificial intelligence during the encounter with terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir's Aknoor. 3 terrorists have been killed during the operation, he said. After this operation, such information was spreading that the army had used BMP. The army had used that kind of vehicle because the area was tough. With a gradient of 30 degrees and dense forest, those vehicles were used after locating militants to reach there. DIG, Jammu Samba Kathua Range, Shiv Kumar Sharma, who was also present at the press conference along with Major General Samir Srivastava, said they have been holding meetings, including a one-off with Jammu and Kashmir LG Manoj Sinha, to ensure coordination between the army and police. The anti-terror operation was part of Indian Security Forces counter-offensive Operation Asan, launched after terrorists attacked an army convoy in the Batal area on October 28th.
हमने अनमैन्ड व्हीकल्स यूज करे, हमने इसमें थोड़ा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का इस्तेमाल किया और ये सब मिलाकर हमको एक बहुत ही जल्दी और बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल हमको नतीजा इसका मिला है। मुझे उम्मीद है कि इस तरह के ऑपरेशंस होंगे तो जो टेररिस्ट के मंसूबे वो नाकाम होंगे और उनका मनोबल कम होगा, वो आगे ऐसी कोशिश नहीं करेंगे। इस ऑपरेशन के दौरान हमने एक हमारा आर्मी डॉग खोया है, जो सर्च के दौरान आगे जब चल रहा था तो मिलिटेंट्स ने उस पर फायर किया था और इस आर्मी डॉग ने शहादत दी है और इसकी वजह से कई जानें बची हैं। इस ऑपरेशन के बाद इस तरह के काफी खबरें घूम रही थी कि आर्मी ने जो है बीएमपी चढ़ा दिया, इस तरह की चीजें कर दी। मैं आप सबको यकीन दिलाना चाहूंगा कि वो इलाका ऐसा था जहां पर काफी ग्रेडियंट था 30 डिग्रीज का और बहुत सारा वहां पे डेंस फॉलेज था। तो जब हमने वहां पर मिलिटेंट्स लोकेट करे, हमने एंगेज किया तो वहां जाना पॉसिबल नहीं था बिना खतरे के। तो हमने ये हार्डेंड व्हीकल्स को इस्तेमाल किया है वहां पहुंचने के लिए और हम पूरी इज्जत देते हैं किसी के भी पार्थिव शरीर को और उसके साथ ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा जो एक सोल्जर को करना चाहिए।
Trade with India will not be affected in the long term due to unrest, despite the decline in trade between the two neighbors, Bangladesh's top business body chief said late on Monday. After the government change in Bangladesh, some downflow trade between the two countries have been found. But this is not for the long term, said Mohammad Hafizur Rahman, administrator of the Federation of Bangladesh's Chamber of Commerce and Industry. India is the second largest import source of raw materials and other goods for Bangladesh. Bangladesh imports from India around $14 billion annually. Major part of import is raw materials. When export declines, import of raw materials also declines, he added. Rahman said that Bangladesh would overcome the difficult situation soon. He also said Bangladesh's government is not restricting anything and wants trading relations to take place all the time. Rahman said that despite the political uncertainty, Bangladesh's trade relations remain healthy.
The government changes, we find some downflow in trade between the two countries. But I believe this is not a long-term issue. We have to see through times that usually the Bangladesh has already been importing a lower amount. You know that Bangladesh, India is the second largest import source of raw materials and other final goods for Bangladesh. So Bangladesh imports around 14 billion US dollar goods from India in every year, and major part of this import is raw materials. So for raw materials, when actually export declines, then import of raw materials also declines. Recently, Bangladesh faced such situation that little decline in export is found, and therefore we saw that some decline in import of raw materials we found. On the other hand, the previous year we had import around 83 billion US dollars from global market, as it because of foreign currency reserves and very high exchange rate. You know, that's 1 year ago we had a very big change in exchange rate from 83, 85 US dollar taka per US dollar. It has been changed to 100. Now it is around 20, 118, 20. So it's a big shift, around 40% decline in local currency. So therefore, every import has become costlier now. If it is consumer goods, that is costly. Even for raw materials, it's also become costly. So when things become costly, purchasing declines always. Therefore, it's a cause that why the import has declined. We found that from the previous year, in comparison with the last year we found that around 20% import of Bangladesh declined. So it's a significant figure, 20% decline in import. It's because of the high cost of foreign currency and also the reserve crisis. So we believe that now it will not persist longer. It will be easier now. Now we are in a, I believe, it's in a comfortable situation. But some banks are having some problems with supporting importers. So I believe that within a short time it will be overcome, and importers will be able to import goods from everywhere. India, being our neighbor, we believe that India will remain major trading partners.
We'll be right back after another break, so stay tuned for more news.
कॉलेज बोले तो दोस्ती यारी यारों संग है फ्रीडम सारी फ्रीडम इक्वल्स टाइम ऑफ लाइफ माने एंजॉय राइड एक्टिवा एक्टिवा स्कूटर ले एक्टिवा
स्कूटर बोले तो एक्टिवा।
HIV doesn't discriminate. It can affect you, me, anyone. HIV prevention depends on all of us.
Welcome back. Iranian state media has reported that German-Iranian national Jamshid Sharmad, convicted last year, has been executed to death. The execution took place on Monday morning as per state news agency, which described the 69-year-old as Israeli-linked spy and saboteur. The US resident Sharmad was sentenced to death in February 2023 after being convicted by the Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Court on charges linked to his involvement in the 2008 attack against a religious congregation center in Iranian city of Shiraz in Fars province that killed 14 people and injured 200 others. Iran's Supreme Court in April upheld the death sentence, which was handed to him in February on charges of corruption on earth by planning and orchestrating a series of terrorist acts against the Islamic Republic. IRNA reported. Tehran had accused Sharmad of being the ringleader of the terrorist Tondar group, who for years planned numerous terrorist operations against the Islamic Iran at the behest of his masters in Western, American and child-killing Zionist spy organizations. Iranian judiciary's Mizan news agency cited a statement by the Tehran Prosecutor General's office on Monday. At the behest of his masters in Western intelligence agencies, Sharmad has for years designed numerous terrorist operations against the Islamic Republic of Iran, the statement said, as cited by state media Press TV. He was believed to have been kidnapped in Dubai and subsequently detained in Iran. The ED on Tuesday conducted raids against IAS Vinay Chaubey, former Excise Department Secretary, and others in connection with an alleged liquor scam case in Jharkhand's Ranchi. ED is conducting raids on the basis of FIR filed against Chaubey in the Chhattisgarh liquor scam case. In September, Chhattisgarh's Anti-Corruption Bureau and Economic Offence Wing filed an FIR against a syndicate comprising 7 individuals, including Vinay Kumar Chaubey, for allegedly causing a loss to the exchequer by altering the state's liquor policy. Earlier in August, the Directorate of Enforcement in Raipur had arrested 2 people under the provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act in the ongoing money laundering investigation into the liquor scam in Chhattisgarh. ED initiated an investigation on the basis of an FIR registered by the Anti-Corruption Bureau and Economic Offences Wings of Chhattisgarh under various sections of the IPC and the Prevention of Corruption Act in the matter of a liquor scam in the state of Chhattisgarh. The ED investigation revealed that the corruption in the liquor scam, which ran between 2019 and 2022, was done in multiple ways. Pankaj Burman, who was arrested in Goa for his alleged involvement in a multi-crore online trading scam in Assam, will be brought to Guwahati after completing legal formalities, a top police officer said on Monday. Burman, the prime accused in the case, is scheduled to be presented before a local court in the western state for transit remand. Burman was arrested from Pernem police station area in North Goa on Sunday evening. Addressing a press conference, Guwahati Police Commissioner Diganta Barua said the first case against Burman was registered at Paltan Bazar police station on August 22nd, but he had fled the city by August 18th when media reports had appeared on his firm's fraudulent activities. Most of the cases registered in connection with the scam, including the one concerning Burman, have been transferred to the Central Bureau of Investigation. Barua said though Guwahati police couldn't trace Burman till the time the case was under its investigation, they still continued with the technical analysis which led them to Goa. Also, CP Bora said he was staying in a homestay at an isolated location. While searching his room, our team recovered more than Rs 27 lakh in cash, his passport and the gold jewellery he was wearing. Burman is being produced at Pernem Court with request for transit remand. Depending on the court order and availability of transportation options, he will be brought to Guwahati, the police officer said.
Any scam to talk about a wedding scam or at a case, major case, Guwahati, registered DB Stock and Consultancy, the Sarkar Defense World War Memorial. And case to Ami Toronto Kori, Defense World War Memorial, news is a place in active policy. Case to Toronto, Ami Pankaj Burman, Timothy, Director Korisu, therefore interrogation Kora Huse, Egizan Huse, Defense World Burman or Victory, Matri. তেওঁৰ দুগৰাকী বান্ধৱী আৰু তেওঁৰ প্ৰফেচনেল চাৰ্টাৰ্ড একাউণ্টেণ্ট। এই কেছটোৰ তদন্তকালত আমি দীপাংকৰ বৰ্মনক বিচাৰি আছিলোঁ। আমি যিটো প্ৰথম কেছ ৰেজিষ্টাৰ কৰিছিলোঁ আৰু যিটো কেছ বৰ্তমান কেন্দ্ৰীয় অনুসন্ধান সংস্থালৈ ট্ৰান্সফাৰ কৰা হ'ল, CBI লৈ দিয়া হ'ল। সেই কেছটো ৰেজিষ্টাৰ হৈছিলে 22 তাৰিখে আগষ্ট মাহৰ, আৰু আগষ্ট মাহৰ 22 তাৰিখে ৰেজিষ্টাৰ কৰা তদন্ত যেতিয়া আৰম্ভ হ'ল, তেতিয়া আমি গম পালোঁ আমাৰ তদন্তত যে ইতিমধ্যেই আমাৰ কেছ ৰেজিষ্টাৰ হোৱাৰ আগতেই কোনো সংবাদ মাধ্যমত এই বিষয়ে প্ৰকাশ পাইছিলে, আৰু সেই সংবাদ মাধ্যমত প্ৰকাশ পোৱাৰ লগে লগে যিজন মূল অপৰাধী হিচাপে এই ট্ৰেডিং স্কেমৰ আমি চিনাক্ত কৰিছিলোঁ দীপাংকৰ বৰ্মন, অসমৰ পৰা 18 আগষ্ট তাৰিখেই পলাইছে। 18 আগষ্ট তাৰিখে পলোৱাৰ পিছত তেওঁৰ কোনো আমি সন্ধান পোৱা নাছিলোঁ। আমাৰ টেকনিকেল এনালাইচিছ চলাই আছিল, আৰু সেই
And that was all for this hour's bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbill TV. Goodbye.